It's your cross to bear. It's not a band you wear. A token.
My name is Bev Stanton, and I live in Silver Spring, Maryland. I was born in the Bahamas and raised near Walt Disney World. I think other people have compared me to Moby and Everything But the Girl, and I've definitely used a lot of different influences, so my stuff's kind of a hybrid, but it's definitely, it's definitely electronic, and there's definitely more of a pop sensibility about it. Oh, I've got two cats. This is George, and he has to be the center of attention at all times, and Anastasia's hiding somewhere. And I had another cat, Arthur, who loved plastic grocery bags, and I named my shtick after him, but he passed away a few years ago. I got in it independently because the label that I'd signed with went out of business because of distribution problems. So right around that time that was happening, there were these websites that were coming out that were geared for the independent artists. Like one of them that was pretty significant in the early days was Internet Underground Music Archive, and they just had this huge database of different artists, and you could mail them your stuff and they would create a little site for you. So that was how I first got on the internet. You know, over time, radio's just gotten so abysmal, but on the other hand, it's really created an avenue for people to really find music elsewhere, like through satellite radio and through the internet. I think it's really forced people to look at these other media where the playing field's a little more level. Mostly everything I do now is on computer. Everything's digital. So I just I use Acid 6 software and a lot of soft synths, and I run everything through my Mackie mixer, which is bigger now than what I need, but I like lots of knobs and lights, so it works pretty well. Beneath the Watchful Eyes took over a year to record, and I've used a lot of different sources. Musically, I have Lisa Moscatello doing vocals, and I'm using some sampled sources of different local musicians who've given me loops to use, and it's definitely a hybrid of a lot of different styles. But I think there's the theme that's kind of an undercurrent throughout the CD is just the theme of being watched, and that can be benign, like someone who's passed on who's looking out for you, or it can be a little more like government surveillance where we're not quite comfortable with being watched. But I think that's really the theme that goes all the way through. I think every song kind of relates to that somehow. Things just change constantly, and you have to just really be open to whatever new mediums are out there. Like in the past 10 years, I've seen everything just change dramatically, like not just in terms of what's popular, but just in terms of how the music delivery systems have all really changed, and the industry's just been completely turned upside down. I'm Bev Stanton with Arthur Loves Plastic, and Washington, D.C. is my backyard.